What's up, y'all? It's your boy G, San Francisco Bay Area, California. Aloha. Just got done raining over here in California. And when it rains, it seems like the roads get a little more louder. So I had to kind of duck off into one of these side streets so that you could hear me a little better. I wanted to talk about this T.I. Tiny King situation that's been going around the internet. If you're not familiar with it, T.I. Tiny, music professionals. Tiny from the 90s, T.I. a little later. I do love Tiny, I do love Escape. I've been listening to their music all throughout the 90s, got all of their albums. I don't too much listen to T.I., but he's one of the best rappers out there in the South. They have a son named King, and apparently they got into an altercation at a Falcons game where, King was saying some pretty disrespectful stuff. In my opinion, I don't know if it was even disrespectful. He was just basically saying that he knows his family well behind closed doors, and T.I. and Tiny were clapping back. They were saying that he, was sucking pacifiers and all that type of stuff when he was much too old to be doing that. But what happened was, just before the game and before T.I. was to perform, T.I. had put his son in a headlock out of frustration with what he was saying, because he was embarrassing himself and he was embarrassing his family. I just want to speak on that for just a little bit. The reason why it hits home for me, I guess, with that particular situation is because my dad did that a lot to me when I was a teenager, and King is 19. I'd say something to my dad or whatever, and I was a smart little kid, right? Probably was a little disrespectful. I'll give him that, but I'd be the same height and the same weight as him. I'd be in my late teens, and instead of just brushing it off, my father would want to resort to being physical with me, like I was a grown-ass man. And of course you can't do anything back because it's your dad, right? But it does hurt you, you know what I mean? Because they don't do it because they're trying to discipline you. They do it out of anger. And when you are at that age when you need a little more guidance, what the father should be teaching their kids is that not everything's going to go their way. They should be teaching them patience. They should be teaching them understanding about life, and about how there will be disappointments, and about how they won't be winning everything. There will be some losses, and that you have to handle situations with a quiet resolve. And if a situation refuses to resolve, then you have to move around it. You don't have to confront it with physical violence, especially at that age when you're past the age where you can't really whoop your kids, but you still want to assert some type of dominance over them, let them know that you're the boss or whatever. And I just don't agree with that. What struck me the most was the fact that with black culture, they actually sided with T.I. in this one, but they perpetuate the fact that if you have a situation or a problem, you resolve it with physical violence. When has that ever been the solution? You see a lot of memes on TV, not on TV, but on the internet about the whole situation. They're just laughing at it. They think it's funny. Like I said, a lot of people were siding with T.I., saying that King went too far in what he said and that he deserved it. He probably did say some disrespectful stuff. I don't know, but the fact is, T.I. should have had the patience to listen to his kid and say, okay, I hear where you're coming from. Okay, let's talk about this another time. But instead, he let his anger get to the best of him, and he decided he wants to put his hands on his kid in order to teach him a lesson to resolve the situation. And that's toxic in the black community. I don't know why we do this type of stuff. And I don't know why we praise it. And I don't know why we put it on the pedestal. So we should be moving away from this type of behavior. And we should be, at that age, teaching kids, look, this is not the solution. We got to handle this quietly with a quiet resolve, or we have to move around it, right? You're going to be confronted with situations where you're not going to win. People are going to talk bad about you. People are going to push your buttons, right? People are going to want to confront you, but you gotta have the patience and the self-control to not explode, right? That's what you want to teach your kids. I've been fortunate enough, all the women that chose to deal with me, I've never resorted to violence. I never put a hand on any of those women. But the fact is, when you start doing stuff like that, that's what you teach your kids. You teach them that it's okay to lash out, to hit people, and that's how you resolve issues. And the next thing you know, you're gonna be in jail because now you done touched your kids, or touched your wife or your girlfriend, and now you gotta explain to the police exactly what happened. Now you have a domestic on your record, right? And now you can't get a job. It's just crazy. Like, I don't understand why we perpetuate this foolishness. But anyway, it's been a little heavy on my mind, that whole situation, and I hope it works itself out. But just speaking to the black community, we gotta get away from doing that. That's garbage. It's a garbage way to think, and it's garbage action that we take when we do that, when we can't control our emotions. And instead of thinking about discipline, we start thinking about how we feeling in that particular situation, and then we want to respond with physical violence as if that's gonna solve anything. But anyway, it's your boy G. Be blessed. I'll holler at you guys later. Aloha. If this video was of value to you, like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, it's your boy G. Be blessed. I'll holler at you later. Aloha.